Coming up, the government is officially back open.
The U.S. Mint is saying goodbye to the penny.
And a look ahead of this weekend's open house.
All that, plus weather, entertainment, and sports, coming up on PS News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Grant Hockmuth.
And I'm Sturdy Mendoza. Thanks for joining us.
President Donald Trump has signed a funding package officially ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The president's signature came late Wednesday night, just hours after the House approved the bill. Payments will now resume for federal workers and food assistance programs, bringing relief after a 43-day stalemate that left thousands furloughed. The breakthrough came when a group of centrist Senate Democrats crossed party lines to back the bill, a move that secured a deal but weakened their leverage on extending health care subsidies set to expire later this year. That issue will now be decided in a separate vote, one many lawmakers fear could fail, potentially leading to higher health care costs for millions of Americans. The White House called the agreement a critical step forward, but some legislators warn it may only delay another funding fight at the start of the new year.
The nation's food assistance system is scrambling to restart after weeks of uncertainty left millions wondering when their SNAP benefits would arrive. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rowland says the goal is to get the most SNAP recipients by their benefits by the end of the week and no later than Monday. She says her department began processing payments Wednesday night, immediately after the government reopened, to issue full November benefits. More than 40 million Americans had been left in limbo after Rowlands announced last month that the USDA could not distribute November food stamps, a move that triggered multiple lawsuits. Federal courts then ordered the agency to provide partial payments and later full benefits until the Supreme Court temporarily paused that ruling. As payments resume, states are scrambling to catch up, with most now sending out full benefits and others issuing partial support as processing continues.
Canada is facing a major public health setback, losing its measles elimination status for the first time in years. The World Health Organization formally notified Canada's public health agency that the country no longer meets the standard after 12 consecutive months of ongoing measles transmissions. Officials say data confirmed October marked one full year of spread from the same strain at the center of a large outbreak in Ontario. More than 5,000 cases have been reported this year, over twice the total number Canada has seen in the last 25 years combined. Health experts say the extended outbreak underscores growing concerns about declining vaccination rates in some communities. Canada can regain its elimination status, but only if transmission of the certain strain stopped for at least one full year.
Thursday may have been Red Cup Day at Starbucks, one of the company's biggest promotional events of the year, but this time the celebration was overshadowed by a nationwide walkout. The union representing thousands of baristas voted to authorize the strike last week after contract negotiations fell apart. Workers say they're pushing more consistent hours, higher pay, and a resolution to what they call ongoing labor violations. The strike impacted 65 stores across more than 40 cities. In a statement, Starbucks said its commitment to bargaining hasn't changed and that it's ready to resume talks when employees return to the table. This is the third year in a row Starbucks workers have staged a Red Cup Day strike, and the union says more actions could follow if negotiations don't move forward.
In some very sad news, the penny, one of America's oldest and most recognizable coins, is officially being retired. The U.S. Mint proceeded its final 1-cent piece on Wednesday after 238 years in production. Earlier this year, President Donald Trump announced the decision to end penny production, pointing out that each coin costs nearly 4 cents to make. Other coins like nickel, dime, and quarter will remain in circulation, but the penny's retirement is creating headaches for some businesses who will now need to round prices up or down. And with the penny out of the picture, demand for the more expensive to mint nickel is expected to rise. The U.S. Mint says existing pennies will remain legal tender, so if you find one in your change, hold on to it. It may soon be worth more as a collector's value than its face value.
SUNY Plattsburgh is rolling out the red carpet tomorrow, inviting prospective students and their families to campus for the fall open house. The event kicks off Saturday morning at 9:30 in Hawkins Hall, where guests will check in at the E. Glenn Glitz Auditorium. President Alexander Inyeti and Vice President Karen McGrath will kick things off with a welcome and an overview of campus life. Afterward, families can join academic sessions beginning at 10:30, covering everything from business and education to the arts and sciences. Then from 11:30 to 1:30, the Clubs and Organizations Fair takes over the Cardinal Lounge in the Angel College Center, featuring student groups, leadership opportunities, and ways to get involved on campus. And for those looking to see the full picture, guided campus tours will run from 11:30 to 2 p.m. The open house promises a welcoming and informative look at life as a Cardinal, helping future students find their place at SUNY Plattsburgh. We'll be back with a look at your weather after the break. Stay tuned.
See the heart of the Adirondack Park aboard the Adirondack Railroad. Now operating from 3 departure stations, the Adirondack Railroad will take you to destinations like Old Forge, Tupper Lake, and many scenic locations along the line. Adirondack Railbike Adventures is your front seat to nature, operating excursions from Tupper Lake and Old Forge. Check out the variety of train rides, including beer and wine trains, special event trains, dinner trains, scenic train rides with and without layovers, and more. The open air car brings you even closer to the Adirondack wilderness, and the dome car offers panoramic views and first-class service. Adirondack Railroad trains will take you where roads don't go, and the trains are fully accessible and fun for all ages. Visit AdirondackRR.com for more information and to book your journey today. Adirondack Railroad is operated by Adirondack Railway Preservation Society, a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
One PS News meteorologist, Gabrielle Risley here with a look at your local weather. First, we're going to start out a little further away from the SUNY Plattsburgh area, and we're going to move forward on to Owl's Head, which is at 30 degrees. It's very chilly, but not the same, or it is the same, in Vermontville. 32 in Dannemora, so stay warm, obviously. And then 35 is going to be in Osable Forks. Most importantly, it's going to be 36 today. It's still going to have a little bit of that wind chill in there, so always wear those layers. That wind will rip right through you, and once that wind goes through, you're going to get all chilly. Trust me. You don't want to end up like me, all shivering out in the cold. But in Vermont, we're going to take a look. So it's going to be 33 in St. Albans, and our neighbors in Burlington are going to have a 36. But let's take a more crucial look at that 5-day forecast. This is going to be really crucial for you as we move in to that weekend where we have the open house, and maybe if you're looking to get a head start on Thanksgiving weekend, we have some travel news for you. So Friday, today, it's going to be 39. A little bit cloudy. We might have some spot of snow and rain later tonight, but that's just okay because on Saturday, that's all going to wash away with some part sunny, partly cloudy as well, with a 37. Now that's going to be SUNY Plattsburgh's open house day, so if you're planning on going out to Einstein Bros or maybe to the Halal Shack, make sure that, you stay aware of this. So also, if you're planning on going out from Saturday into Sunday, we do have a winter weather advisory mix for about 0.2 of an inch of ice and about an inch of snow. But thankfully, as we go into Monday, it's going to be 34, it's going to be partly sunny. Some of that sun's going to break down that ice for you. And on Tuesday, it's also going to be partly cloudy with 39 degrees. Now, if you're looking for some further weather outlooks for the 2026 season, just like the penny, the Farmer's Almanac of 2026 will be retiring. So get your far out weather look, but for every week news, weather, and entertainment, it's going to be here at PSTV News. But that's your latest check of the weather. Now, let's turn it on over to Liliana at the desk for entertainment.
Thank you, Gabby, and good afternoon, Plattsburgh. I'm Liliana Canales. Let's take a look at what's happening in Hollywood. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame hit a milestone over the weekend, celebrating 40 years of honoring music's biggest names. This year's class included icons like Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, and Salt-N-Pepa, along with Soundgarden, Chubby Checker, Bad Company, and the White Stripes. The late Joe Cocker was also honored and recognized for his decades-long career and his soulful voice that made songs like With a Little Help from My Friends and You Are So Beautiful timeless classics. The star-studded night featured performances by Elton John, Missy Elliott, Brandi Carlile, and Beck, all paying tribute to this year's legends. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame says this year's ceremony celebrated not just the artists, but the decades of influence their music has left on fans around the world. Woody, Buzz, and Jessie are also returning to the big screen. Pixar just released the first look at Toy Story 5. The first teaser trailer for Toy Story 5 was released Tuesday, giving fans a glimpse at a brand new adventure. The trailer introduces a high-tech toy rival named LilyPad, a sleek, smart device that threatens to outshine the classic toys we know and love. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and Joan Cusack return as Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, alongside Tony Hale as Forky and newcomer Conan O'Brien, who voices a tech toy named Smarty Pants. Pixar promises the film will blend laughter, nostalgia, and heart, exploring what it means to stay relevant in a changing world of playtime. Toy Story 5 is set to hit theaters June 2026, making nearly 3 decades since the original film first introduced us to Andy's room. Mario and Luigi are blasting off on their next big adventure, and this time they're taking the action out of the Mushroom Kingdom and into the galaxy. Nintendo and Universal unveiled the first trailer Wednesday for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, a sequel that takes the iconic brothers beyond the stars. Mario, Peach, Luigi, and Toad will travel across planets inspired by classic Nintendo games, from water worlds to desert galaxies, each filled with colorful creatures and new challenges. The group faces off against Bowser Jr., who wields a mystical paintbrush, and encounters the fan-favorite Princess Rosalina, who commands magic and mystery from the stars. Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, and Charlie Day all return to voice their iconic roles. The Super Mario Galaxy movie hits theaters April 2026, taking fans on a star-filled journey that's set to level up the franchise. That's the latest in entertainment this week. We'll be right back with your sports update after this brief intermission.
Do you want to switch up from breakfast on campus? Well, do I have the spot for you? I'm here. Hold on. I'm here in downtown Plattsburgh on Margaret Street to show you Norma J's.
My name is Jordan Hill, and I am the head cook kitchen manager here at Norma J's Cafe and Bake Shop. Well, Norma J decided to get started at Norma J's because Norma J is my mother. Decided to come in and help and really just wanted a chance to do something that was my own thing. My favorite item on the menu is probably got to be the certified banger. The fried chicken is just great, I think. Not to toot my own horn, but I mean, we're a totally open, safe space, all-inclusive. We take Cardinal Cash. We do DoorDash and stuff like that. Halal options, porkless options and stuff. I don't know, and it's just a cool spot to be, I think, kind of.
So I'm going to enjoy my food, and I'll see you guys at Norma J's.
Hello, Plattsburgh. I'm Jeremiah Smith. Let's get right into this week's sports action. The Plattsburgh State women's basketball team opened their season with a thriller at Memorial Hall, and they did it the hard way, staging a big second-half comeback to take down RPI. The Cardinals trailed by 11 at halftime, but seniors Jaden Wilson and Amani Walcott took over after the break. Wilson led the team with 20 points, while Walcott posted a monster double-double, 13 points and 15 rebounds, helping Plattsburgh outscore RPI 39-24 in the second half. The Cardinals dominated the paint, 30-12, and controlled second chance points, 14-5, even though RPI held the slight edge on the boards. After trailing most of the game, Plattsburgh went on a 14-0 run in the fourth quarter. Walcott scored half of those during the stretch, and the clutch layup from Julia Greig put the Cards back in front for good. Final score, Plattsburgh 60, RPI 56. The Cardinals start their season 1-0 and will host Mount Holyoke Friday night in the Cardinal Classic. For women's soccer, the Plattsburgh State women's soccer team was fighting for a conference title over the weekend, but a tough Cortland defense made it a gritty championship match that came right down to the wire. Cortland controlled the first half, outshooting Plattsburgh 8-4, burying 3 goals in the first 60 minutes of play to make the score 3-0. But the Cardinals didn't go down without a fight. In the 75th minute, Bailey LaFountain put Plattsburgh on the board off a corner kick, and less than a minute later, freshman Jaden Baker found the net for her first collegiate goal to cut it to 3-2. Plattsburgh kept the pressure on in the final minutes, outshooting Cortland in the second half, but the Red Dragons held strong to secure the SUNY championship. Sydney Myers, Kelly Lasita, and Bailey LaFountain were named to the SUNY All-Tournament team for their strong play throughout the postseason. Congratulations to the Cardinals on a great season. Through the NFL, last night the New York Jets headed to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots in a game that started tight but quickly turned into a showcase for one Patriot playmaker. The Jets opened the scoring. Justin Fields kept it on a design run-and punch and a 5-yard touchdown to give New York a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Trevion Henderson responded by scoring 2 of his own in the first half, keeping the Patriots on top in the third quarter. The Patriots kept rolling. Drake May hit Henderson on a 6-yard touchdown pass, his third touchdown of the day, extending New England's lead to 21-7. Fields fired a 22-yard touchdown to John Mechie late in the third, cut the deficit to 21-14 and keep New York in it. But in the fourth quarter, a costly mistake sealed it. Fields fumbled the snap, and the Patriots recovered at the Jets' 11-yard line, setting up insurance points that put the game out of reach. Trevion Henderson stole the show with 3 total touchdowns as the Patriots closed out the Jets 27-14, putting their win total at 9. That's all I have this week for sports. Let's get it right back to the desk.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the week's edition of PS News.
We're your anchors, Sri Mendoza
And Grant Hockmuth. Make sure to stay tuned for the next week's weekly update, as well as our upcoming shows.
You'll find all the shows right here on our YouTube channel. And also make sure to check out our Instagram at Plattsburgh State TV.
Also, make sure to tune in next Friday at 1 p.m. for our Fall 2025 Live Night.
It will feature a variety of segments such as a hot dog eating contest, live punishments, and so much more.
We'll see you then. Have a great week, Plattsburgh.